Good afternoon and welcome. It is Thursday the 18th of August. I am Flat Cap Callum. I'm hoping you are all very, very well. First things first, apologies. It is late today. I knew today was going to be a problem, and then last night I thought, no, I might be able to get away with it and get it done in the normal time. And then, I had too many outside of doing a YouTube channel things in my life this morning. So tomorrow back to normal, Saturday back to normal, but I apologise. I appreciate so I'm not the only thing in your lives, but I know some of you, the earlier I do the video, the more helpful it is because you can get the bets on because you're working and doing various things. So I apologise if I've caused you an inconvenience by doing the video late today. But better late than never, maybe. We'll see, because we need something better than yesterday. So first day of York didn't go to plan yesterday. It wasn't a complete write-off, but it wasn't great in terms of profit and loss because we lost about £20 day stake yesterday. Not insurmountable. It only takes one good decent day this week to make the figures look brilliant. So we'll see how we go. So we've got the review of yesterday. Today's bets, £30, the same as yesterday. £30. Stacked it slightly different in the sense of 3 bets at York still, 2 lucky 15s and 1 extra bet, so similar to yesterday, but I've done that as 18. Yesterday I did it at 20, and then I've got £12 extra. I've got 2 lucky 15s in addition to York, so 1 non-York lucky 15 this afternoon in the UK, and then 1 Killarney. I've had a Killarney lucky 15 for this evening, so if it all goes to wrong, we're looking at Killarney. Okay, yesterday, what did we do? We had 8 horses at York and 2 placed. So we need 4 basically in a day like that to make money. Today at York, I think I've covered 10 horses. So we really need 4 or 5 to place at least, or a couple of winners. So yesterday, 150 Mackinac, we had 2 in that. I didn't say much about it yesterday, but I wasn't keen on the 150 at York yesterday. It was a really big field and it was a good extra place race. But I didn't like the value of the market. It didn't sit well with me, and that's why I went for 2 shorter ones, and I was happy just to get away with 1 and place, to be honest. You're eyeing it up because I don't think there's so much draw bias at York. I think a lot of people after the first day are thinking it's low. I don't think you have to be low. I think you have to be ridden well, and generally up with the pace seemed to be better yesterday. But it's a hard one to get right. We then had 410 Monsieur Lamprey was disappointing. Up It's Maggie was even more disappointing given how much it was backed in. And then Misty Blues drifted to 50, so 28's in the channel. So if you bet anywhere other than Sky, you'd have got a better return. If you got the early price and stuck with it, that's unfortunately what you got. Misty Blues, it was second at 50s, which is unfortunate. It got beaten by one horse. That would have made a huge difference if it had won. But also the biggest price horse to make the frame at York yesterday, so at least I was on that one. So 2 out of 8. So it's, again, not a cent. It's not awful, but it's not going to lead to a profit. So this was a place double with the additional place single on Misty Blues. So that was that. Then bet 2 was a complete no-show, so we had nothing back on bet 2. And then bet 3 was my 8 horse trying to get 4-fold, and we had 2 out of 8 place, so nothing there. And then in the evening that bet got completely wrecked. So Kempton was abandoned, an all-weather meeting abandoned. It was always very amusing because they had some flash flood downpours. Blue Sands was non-runner, and that left us 2 Sligo horses. And I'll be completely honest, I got caught out that there was more rain came down more quickly at Sligo than I'd looked at from when I'd looked at it. So yeah, the 2 horses I'd picked really wanted good ground, and I think officially they recorded it as good to yielding, good in places. It didn't look like that the way they were running the races. There was a lot of turf being kicked up. So yeah, I would say that looked more like yielding ground they were running on yesterday in Ireland, but. Yeah, as soon as I saw the rain had gone, I thought I was done for with those 2. So I apologise. Overall, including refunds, 30 on, 10.46 back. So we lost £20. Could have been worse. What are we doing today? So today for me is the weakest day for value at York. There's 1 really good race and not a lot else to go with it. So the 3 o'clock's a great race for value. It's just trying to find them, and it's an absolute puzzle. Tomorrow's slightly better. Saturday's the day. If the declarations hold, we might end up with 4 really decent field handicaps just at York. So Saturday's the day I'm waiting for. But this is my kind of slightly favoured lucky 15 for the day. So 2:25 King's Crown 16s. Then we've got 3 o'clock Isle of Kai 22s. Really, really competitive, that race. There's so many you could argue a case for, and I'm just nudging that one as the top of my list. Then the 4:45 Manifested 9s, and the 5:20 One Small Steps come over from Ireland, which we backed last time at 18s. So I've done it as a 20p each way lucky 15. We've got 2 singles on Isle of Kai and One Small Step. So that's 25p each way singles, and a 25p each way double on King's Crown and Manifested. So hopefully that is clear. So that makes it 750 is bet 1. So the double is legs 1 and 3. The singles are legs 2 and 4. That is bet 1. Then our other lucky 15 at York, we're going slightly, one of the races is different. 2:25 York, Washington Heights at 8s. 3 o'clock Revich is going to be my number 2 horse. I did like one of the non-runners, but Revich is upped it now into number 2. 4:10 Star Fortress 11-1, and finishing the 4:45 Mystical Applause at 25s. It's a 20p each way lucky 15 with the additional single on Mystical Applause at 25. Makes it 650. And then I haven't got the same bet as yesterday as my additional bet. I've kind of crossed a couple of races here. So I've got 3 in the 3 o'clock. We're going Isle of Kai, Revich, and I've added in, not in the lucky 15s, and I hope that I don't live to regret that, Young Fire in there. And then 5:20, One Small Step, and Stunning Beauty. That's been backed in this morning. I still think it's okay at 15-2. So I've done it as 6 cross 25p each way doubles, so all double combinations in there. And I'm covering Young Fire with an additional single. So it's a really hard one because it's so much of a bigger price. But I think the chances of Isle of Kai and Revich are that much better. I've included them in the lucky 15s because they're a bit more solid. But I still think Young Fire's got potential in that price. I like the price. So yeah, if you were doing lots and lots of different bets, then you could include all sorts. And I was contemplating putting 4 or 5 in that 3 o'clock. I've whittled it down to those 3. And I've covered Young Fire with the single. So that's a £4 bet. Hopefully that is clear. That is £18 worth of York. And then the non-York bet, this is chopped and changed. I had a short list, and yeah, it's all. So this is where we've got to 250 Chepstow, Ellen Carney 28s, the 4 o'clock Chepstow, Creek Harbour 16s, the 5:45 Leicester, Star Shield 17-2. That's crept in, and then the 5:55 Fontwell Coconut Twist, double the price first thing this morning. So there's a couple that have come in that I've kept, and there's a few that I've ditched and you won't have ever seen. So 11-2, I still think it's okay. 20p each way, lucky 15. That is bet 4. So that's our first non-York bet. And then the Killarney one's got some big prices, so I'm having a go really. None of these are kind of strong, really, really like them, but I think they're all worth a go. And Sky are paying 5 places on 2 of these races and 4 on the other, so it's definitely a good one to have a go with Sky, because you only need 2 to place out of this bet with these prices, and you've made a profit. 6:05 Killarney, Faithful Prince 25s, the 6:35 Men of Dreams 18s, 7:05 Classic Law 28s, and 7:35 Bring Up Paradise at 22s. They're all decent big prices there. 20p each way, lucky 15s. That's our Killarney bet. If it's gone wrong at York, that's what we're facing into. But at those prices, that can go wrong really, really quick. A quick word on the golf. It started, we had David Dixon start terribly, so that's not so good in the side bet. In the main bet, Renato Paradori birdied the first 2 holes, so that's a nice start for him. And other than that, a long way to go in the golf. I am conscious what I haven't done today is put bookmaker specifics on, and I apologise. Normally I would do it this morning. I just haven't had the focus. I got everything ready to go last night. Thought I'd try and find some time this morning, and I was wanting to get the video out, and I haven't gone through all bookmakers and stuff. So I'll try and put something in the comments where I can if there's any bookmaker advisory today. I'm assuming the York ones are better with Sky. The Killarney is better with Sky. the other lucky 15, two of them are best price guaranteed. We're across the board because they are no extra place races. So it might not matter so much as long as you're getting bog. But I'll see. All right, I'll be back tomorrow, normal time. Hopefully, video out before 10:30 would be the plan. All right, enjoy York Day 2. Let's hope we get more than 2 places today. And I will see you on the other side. Thanks very much. Cheerio.